back to the Profile Pod. I'm your host, Double A. We're back for another spectacular interview right here in the living room. We're on location of our main man right here, our guest.
Yeah.
This man is a writer, producer, director, and he just completed his short film, independent film, with Unlocked Pictures, of which he is the CEO.
Yeah.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my man, Agustin Guzman. How are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, man.
No, thank you for having us here, man. Your beautiful home here in OC, the big OC,
The
California.
big OC, Santana, like this is where we're from.
That's right, man. That's right, man. Well, there's so much to talk about, Augie. Again, man, thank you for allowing us to come in here, man, and making this happen. But we got a big film coming up, man. I got to act and participate in, and I'm personally, just from a personal standpoint, I'm excited, and I know you're excited. I can let's get into it, man. And the film is called My Story.
My Story, yes.
Tell us a little bit about it, man.
Well, this is a film about a man that's trying to get his life together. He's been in a realm where he had to see substance abuse, drugs, gangs, affiliation, and he finally wants to just get out of it. But at the same time, society already painted a picture of him. So we're trying to show the reality of him. Like, he doesn't want to live that life all his life, and he's ready to mature, but at the same time, people have a picture of him, and that's what we want to show. And it's a little story about all of us, to be honest. And when I mean all of us, it means like Mexican Americans, Chicanos, Hispanics, whatever you want to define it. It's just like how we're trying to make the best of what we got, but at the same time, how we're still, like people see us and judge us. And we want to show that in this film.
Definitely, man. But I feel like it's a story of inspiration. To show that hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel, man. We can become successful even through adversity, even through trials, tribulations, and that's what really called to me, bro, is because I wanted to get involved with the project because of that, it's a story of of success. At the end, we see a triumph, right?
Yeah. To a certain degree. You gotta see the film, then you'll know exactly where we're going with. But we all gotta do our part one way or another, and don't let people discourage you. That's what we're trying to get at. But sometimes we have to learn from other people or from our own mistakes, and we want to show a little bit of everything, of both sides, because we all have had that older brother, that cousin, that uncle, that father, you see their mistakes and you see that, like, I don't want to be like him or her, or at the same time is like they sit you down, I'm like, don't follow my path. And that's something that we want to show in this film. I don't know about you, but I have older uncles, and they're like, yo, like, you don't want to live this life. You want to live. I'm like, you're better than this. And sometimes you see through their footsteps and their mistakes, and you kind of get out of that, or you fix your life. But that's the whole story of My Story, like we wanna what's the word? We wanna make.
We want to do. Ultimately, we want to become better, right?
Exactly.
Whatever that looks like for you. We definitely want to continue to progress in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes we do have to learn the hard way, but sometimes we don't. And it's every story is different, but we can all relate to it, and that's what we want to do.
I wanted to mention that, is that yes, it is. The characters are Mexican American, Latino, but anyone can relate to it. Like you just mentioned,
absolutely.
it's not just the we're not just focused in on a certain demographic. Whatever you are, whatever color you are, there's stories in that whatever community you come from. This story can relate to any community out there, and that, again, that's what makes it so personable and relatable. So with my story, man, it's a big cast. It stars Michael Sandoval and Giovanni Pineda. A lot of talent, a lot of big names, man. Tell us a little bit about the cast and who's on it.
Yeah, it's a big cast, man. Like I'm gonna probably need my phone for this because it's a big list. But
there you go.
But from the top of the list, like you said, Michael Sandoval, Giovanni Pineda are two main stars. Big shout outs to them. And also we had the privilege to work with American Cholo, Gil. I'll be honest, he kind of saved this film. Like his commitment to this film was like no other, and a big shout out to you, man. Gil, American Cholo, he helped us narrate it. He was involved, and he was a champ, man. Like he was willing to work at any element of the film, and shout outs to him. But we got Doughboy Tony. He's in it. He actually plays the younger version of our main character, Jesus. But we give him the nickname Chewy, and that's Giovanni Pineda's character. And we got Offlows, Reach Out, Afro, big underground rapper. Actually, we got a couple MCs. We got Gmo, Krazy Race. Shout out to Krazy Race. He helped us produce the film too. Like he helped out on getting a little bit of money, like to just get the ball rolling, Zenaloa, shout outs to him. Me and him always collaborate here and there.
Wow.
And he's been the compa, shout out to shout out to Sinaloa, my bad. But nah, we got a list. We got Jerry Garcia.
Wow.
We got the Wannabes, the comedian Jerry Garcia.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah,
Unreal,
from
man.
the American Wannabes, and his crew too, Jesus Sepulveda, Chris Zaragoza, and we even have Jackie Love, the video vixen, and she helped us out. The compa, Message, rapper from Santa Ana, and a couple other rappers from Santa Ana. We got Too Big from Brown Mines and AD. Shout outs to them. Salutes to you guys, because they helped me out. They're like, hey, you need a lowrider or whatever, like hit me up, and I'm like, I actually do need one, and I'm like, hey, we'll make it happen. And they made it happen.
Wow, man.
William Moisan, he's actually a key player on this. Like he's not really an actor, but he's all like, hey, whatever you need. He had that look that you can't really like. You can't duplicate. And when you see Billy Moisan, you know what's up. And the list goes on. Goes on.
Unreal,
who
man.
else?
Impressive. Mike Bless.
Mike Bless. Yes.
Big shout out to Mike
Bless. Yeah. From Oxnard, where you're from.
Up in 805.
805. Yeah. Shout outs to him. He saved us. He saved us too. He came in clutch, like when we needed him, because his originally someone else was playing that role, and it just didn't work out. And did the phone call, hey, are you willing to do this? And he's all like, I'm there, just tell me when and where. And he made it. He came down here and he executed, and shout outs to him. Also Big Red Chula came in clutch too, when we needed someone, because someone else was gonna play that role, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. And she's all like, hey, where you need me, and she came, and shout outs to her. Big Pitable, right? Pitable, role.
Pivotal.
Pivotal, yeah.
Pivotal role, yeah.
Pivotal role, yeah. And who else? Who else?
Yeah, that's.
We got Vanessa Diego. She's actually a very, very talented actress. She's actually Gmo's cousin,
Okay.
and we started talking, and she's actually your daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I'm like, you're like, who is she? I'm like, nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I have another daughter.
Yeah, you do, you do, right?
Don't scare me, bro.
Do I? Don't tell my wife. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, she plays your daughter in the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very talented actress. Yeah, and the list goes on. We got Moody. We got he's from where is he from? Ontario.
Oh yeah,
Ontario,
IE.
the IE, yeah.
Absolutely,
so shout out to
man.
Moody. You know, he got down. He helped us out.
Wow,
Yeah, I think
that's incredible, man. How you got all these really great artists together, and
yeah, we collaborated. They helped us out, and you'll see the quality of work they did. I'm very proud of all of them.
absolutely, Augie.
Yeah.
No, that's impressive, man. What a great cast that is.
Yeah.
Everybody's very talented, and everybody brought something to the table, of course, and that's what makes a project, I think, successful, right?
Yeah.
When everybody can, everyone's cohesive and collaborative and can mesh and work together.
Yeah.
Everybody has their ideas, and it just at the end, you see the finished product, and you see that, okay, yeah, man, I did a good job in casting, I did a good job in writing and stuff like that. What was for you though? And you mentioned a little bit ago, Augie, that there were some moments where you're like, man, I don't know if we're gonna move forward.
Right.
Talk about some of those moments, man, and also what were some of those? And you mentioned American Cholo had a big part in getting the project and keeping it going,
keeping it alive,
keeping it alive. There you go.
Yeah.
Talk about some of those things, man, and how you guys were able to get, keep it going.
Yeah. So, this project is like almost 4 years in the making. First it started something small, and then we're like, you know what, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. And then there were some times where like, whoa, like what's going on? COVID happened, that the world was on hold. But then again, after COVID, some people weren't, like 100% on, shooting things. And then egos too, like it goes back and forth, like no disrespect to anybody out there, but like there were some clashes here and there. And then at the same time, like we had to just like, how can we make this better, or how can we save this? There was, and when I mean egos, it's including myself. Like I thought about like, if I would have had this camera, or if I would have had this sound engineer, whatever, like you start kind of questioning everything. And that's that. And I'll be honest, that's one of my biggest flaws. Like I want to be better and better and better, but at the same time, I'm like, just working what you got. Like we were talking about it before. Like, gotta make what the best. You gotta make the best of what you got. And there was a couple things that like I wish I could go and change, but then again, like that's part of the process. That's part of the process, especially being an independent filmmaker. Like you're limited, but it's still a beautiful thing when you see the final product. You're like, oh, like we did that, and sometimes I'm not like, it was worth it. And yeah, it's something that goes back and forth, and you can't do nothing about it. You just got to make the best of it.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah. Again, we mentioned, you have artists, especially with artists, there's moments where everybody's bringing their ideas to the table, and maybe, egos, artists can be egotistical, You know, and that,
and it's good because they're passionate.
yes,
You know,
exactly.
like shout out to Michael Sandoval, one of the most passionate actors in the game.
Yeah,
You know,
he is.
I don't know what's wrong. He should be up there right now. But you know what? I'm glad that he's in our side, and this man is just so passionate about the craft. And
And Michael, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
yeah,
you.
no worries.
But
No
Michael had
Yeah.
and you told me earlier
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he had another pivotal role in getting the project, keeping it going as well.
Yeah, because there was a time like I was telling you before, like I just wanted to scrap it, start new, and then he's all like, no, you know, like we have something, You don't see it now, but we have something, and I'm glad that I took it as advice because if not, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
There you go.
You know, like so. Yeah, man. Like, shout out to Michael once again, man.
Definitely, man. And, you know what I want to shout out to before I forget, man. Some of the crew, Denzel, your director of photography.
Yeah. He's been with me since day one. Denzel is like my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we clash too. You know, but that's part of it. You know, but it's in a respectful way.
Absolutely.
You know, like we're trying to get the best scene. We're trying to get the best visual. We're trying to do our best, you know, and I get that too, you know, like Denzel has been with me since day one. Like I met him in college, and
big shout out to Denzel.
Yeah.
And so looking back now, Augie, you finished you're almost there.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of about this project, with My Story?
You know what? That's a good question, man, because like I have mixed emotions, you know, but my biggest achievement with this film is like we made it, you know, like all the hard work that the actors, the crew, myself, that like we were able to build something. And hopefully my main goal with this, it helps somebody. You know, like it's a story, you know, and if it's a kid or someone that's going through it and it helps them, even if it's one person, you know, like I think we did what we had to, you know, and it's a proud moment when you know that you did something that it's going to help somebody, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's always nice to look back, you know, you look back and you say, yeah, I'm glad we stuck to it. I'm glad we didn't quit or give up on the project, and we worked through those differences. We worked through that adversity. Yeah. Even you guys came out to my house, and that's you know, I live out there, you know, hour plus away from you, and to me, I was like, wow, I was impressed, man, because and it was a weeknight, it was a work night, and we battled through it, man. We shot the scene, and I felt really good about it. I felt like we accomplished something that night, man. And I'm, again, in those moments, you know, looking back now, right? And you like you said, you realize that, that we got something here. We got something special, you know. And like I said, man, I felt great about it, man. And you guys were collaborative. You guys worked hard. Yeah. Mike was there. So he gave me his acting pointers, and I learned a lot that particular for that shooting that particular scene. Yeah. So you know. Yeah,
it's a labor of love. You know, like
it really is.
I appreciate you. You know, like I think that day, was it a Sunday actually, or
I know it was
during the week.
I want to say it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday night, man.
It
was
yeah.
You know,
I mostly don't work during the week, and I try to set it up, but I get it. Like you have a family, you know, and all that. So I'm like, if we can make it work, let's do it, you know. But yeah, it's a labor of love when you think about it, because like no one was getting paid millions of dollars or whatever. You know, I wish I could pay you $1 million, but at the same time, like, I don't even have $1 million, you know. But yeah, like at the end of the day, like on our drive back, we're all pumped. We're like, hey, you know, we did it. Yeah. You know, we got the shot, and like Double A knocked it out of the park, and like it's a good feeling when at the end of the day, you know, your regular life. I'm not saying that it's pointless. It's not, but like you did something that motivates you, that inspires you. You know, like we're telling a story, we build something. You know, and no disrespect to anybody, but yeah, like that's what drives me. You know, like I work a 9 to 5, and you know, like I put that whole life aside when we're filming. You know, like when we're writing and everything. It's a beautiful thing when you know that like these stories, these films are part of you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I do it. You know,
For sure.
you know that's why we do it.
Absolutely, man. And
Yeah.
so with this particular project,
Yeah.
you know, my story, you wrote it, you
Mm-hmm.
directed it, and you produced it.
Right,
You're
right.
wearing a lot of hats, man.
Yeah. It's complicated, but yeah. It's hard. It's hard. There's some days I just wanted to just like I told you, like it's too much stress, but I'm glad that I continue the process. And sometimes, you know, like I gotta step back and just like take it in. And I'm like, well, like if you don't do it, no one's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And to any kid out there or anybody, it doesn't matter. Um, you got to be your biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like actually, I was watching an interview with Mookie Betts the other day. Dodgers. You know, Michael's favorite team.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Shout out to Michael again. And he actually said that like you got to pump yourself up. You know, because like, hey, he's injured right now, and like it's not that he's never gonna play baseball again. He knows he's gonna get back out there, but he's all like, I gotta do my part, even if it's like training, rehabbing. Same thing with us with filming. Like we could have easily, oh well, we don't have the resources, we don't have the cameras. Like there's always gonna be someone with better equipment. There's always gonna be someone better uh with anybody, like any better resources, whatever. But it's what if you make if you give it your all and you continue, because like I'm a big like I was telling I going back to what we were talking before, James Cameron, man.
Oh yes.
Like he has a catalog that hands down, I think it's one of the top 3 movies of all history.
Right.
Avatar, Titanic, and my personal favorite, Terminator.
Definitely.
You know, but there's a lot of flaws too.
Uh-huh.
But take away all those flaws, you keep those 3 films. Like that was the process.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not comparing myself to him. I'm never. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know, like this film is a stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's that brick. It's that mold that it's gonna actually get me to where we're at and get us. Cause like I can't do it without you guys. You know, I can't. Like that's something I learned the hard way. Like I try to do it all. Yeah, I do a lot of multiple roles, but I do need that cameraman, that sound operator, the grip, whatever. You know, all the roles are vital. They're important.
Absolutely.
And because like, and I've been in the other side too. I'm all like, hey, you know, like I'm here to help because like, I'm not saying that I'm expecting help in the future. No. But like, let's work on something. Let's build something. And even if it's not my creation, let's say you're doing something. Hey man, like let me help you out because you can't do anything in life on your own. You know, we can go deep.
I know, right?
You know, we'll leave it at that. But it's true. You can't do anything on your own.
Exactly. And it's funny you mentioned that because I've always been I'm naturally kind of a loner, you know.
Okay.
And I'm kind of introverted,
Yeah.
I've always been like that, Augie. But you're right. You have to open yourself up and be willing to collaborate with others. because you're only gonna go so far by yourself.
Right, right.
You know, especially in what we do here.
No, serious.
Making a film, and you can't.
Yeah. No.
You can make a. Somebody say, "Oh, you can just shoot everything on an iPhone or whatever," but you need a team, man. And
Yeah.
You need a support system.
You need a support system, absolutely.
For sure.
You know, in front or behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
You know, like shout out to my beautiful fiance. Like she holds me down. Cassandra, I love you. Mm-hmm. You know, she keeps me grounded. You know, and sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, like maybe it wasn't as you think. You know, because we all have at the time of if anything happens. What I'm trying to say is like at the heat of the moment, whatever. Like you're at your peak. But sometimes you, like I said, you got to step back and just see it from a different perspective. You know, maybe I thought this was going to happen and this happened. And something I've learned from her is like, I can't judge you for what you thought, you know, let's say for an example, if you only knew 2 + 2 was 3 and I'm like, no, it's 4, but you learned that all your life. How am I going to be mad at you?
Yeah.
You know, like, no, like you can't. And I might be wrong. And that's why I'm like, hey, you know, hold your horses and accept it because like, we're not perfect. And I think when you understand that, like, you're not going to be right in everything, I think that's when you are actually becoming the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're willing to be humble, and compromise,
right?
And like you said, 2 + 2. I learned that it's 4, but you learned that it's 3. Okay, who's right? Who's wrong?
Right.
We have to be willing to meet halfway, or find those happy mediums.
Yeah, because if I'm stubborn that it's 3, even if you show me the proof, then what's the point? But if I'm like, oh, hold your horses. You got the calculator, you got the books and everything. I'm like, maybe I was wrong. And guess what? I am wrong. Now, next time we talk or whatever, or we do an equation, at least that 4 problem that's already history. We already know that we already addressed it and we fixed it.
Love that.
Yeah. Like, something that I think about sometimes, you know, like I learned to like, let things go because like no, everybody makes mistakes, you know, and I'm not here to tell you you're right or wrong, but it's something that we need to learn how to adapt, you know, like making mistakes.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely, man. It's you know, you get into relationships and all that, and we don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but you know, you're right. No, it's you know, you gotta be willing to somebody said, I read it, and I forgot what book it was, man. And you know, you live happily ever. You get married, you live happily ever after. But it should be rephrased to, you get married and you have to work ever after. You have to work at it.
No,
you have
absolutely.
to work at those relationships and whatever kind of relationship it is, whether it's your marriage or professional collaboration. I want to, you know, I know you've been. You're a writer, obviously you're directing, producing. Was there one which one did you get into first? And then do you have a passion for a favorite? Right. One of those that you
I love directing because like you get your hands dirty in every possible way. It could be from the camera, it could be just like building up a scene or just being in the creative process. But at the same time, I appreciate writing. I appreciate producing. I'm not the biggest fan of producing, I'll be honest. But shout out to all the producers out there. You know, like without them, nothing happens.
That's not easy, man.
And the writers, they're the ones who create, who mold these stories, you know? And I love sprinkling a little bit of everything, you know? Like going back to your original question, directing is something more passionate. And I still have a lot to learn. Oh, absolutely. Because sometimes you gotta put on your other hat in order to keep everything in order. But hopefully that one day where I can just focus on that, that'll be great. But I still wouldn't trade it at the moment because like the writing process, I so I now I'm kind of contradicting myself, right? The writing process it's really special to me.
Mm.
You know, like I sprinkle a little bit of my life. I
Mm.
sprinkle a little bit of my family. I sprinkle a little bit of like my fantasies too. You know, like or things that I wish would go or wouldn't happen. And yeah, like I'm gonna change my answer. Writing and directing.
Oh, okay.
You know,
All right.
I'll be honest. Yeah, yeah. Now that I really think about it, I never really
Huh.
thought about it like that. But yeah, like writing and directing, because you're the creator, and then you get to see it unfold. You know.
And then you probably, as a director, you have that
Yeah.
vision in your head of how you want it to look,
Yeah.
right? And you get to pretty much, obviously you have a big say in,
Yeah.
in how the final
Yeah.
product, in that vision,
Yeah.
and how you want it to look.
Yeah, and it's a special moment. I remember on the first short I did. It's called In Denial. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on my YouTube page. It's with Michael Sandoval once again and Risa. When I saw them executing a scene and they were getting every word down to the bone, it just gave me like goosebumps. It gives me like butterflies because I'm all like, that's exactly how I wanted to see it, you know? And even if they didn't, they sometimes it was better the way they executed it because they gone through their own life. They gone through their own experiences, and it still gave the viewer, or at least in my perspective, it got the message across, you know. It's a special thing when you see something that you wrote and it comes to life.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
No, I can imagine. You know, I think in general, when an artist sees his vision or whatever they're working on, a poem, a short film, a video, podcast, whatever,
anything,
and they see their passion come to life, man. It's a rush, man.
Oh, it is. It is.
You know, personally speaking,
Yeah.
you know, but going back to your direction, as a director, Augie, and you directed me in my scene for this project, and I can tell you that for me, man, taking your direction really made me see. It was another experience, right? As an actor, and it pushed me. You pushed me, man. You motivated me, and you challenged me in your own way to get it, because you wanted to see it a certain way,
right?
And I had my own interpretation of the character of what that scene was about. But I felt like you really you made me go to different places in my mind, and I've never experienced that as an actor. And I was like, man, that was a great learning experience, you know. And that scene was because we did multiple takes.
Yeah.
We won't say how many, but
a million. No,
but yeah, it really, man. And I that was the first time working with you as an actor, and I appreciated how you were able to communicate what you wanted to see, and again, it really. It was challenging, and that made me better. That stretched me. It made me ultimately made me a better actor, man. So I can tell you firsthand, you know, that you know, your direction was really something to it made me better. Bottom line, man. So and this project, I can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait for it to be, you know. Unveiled, to debut. Is there a date, or what's the timetable?
There's not an official date, but it'll be about a month from now.
About a month, okay.
About a month from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Where are we going to be able to see my story?
You'll be able to see my story on Chicano Hollywood. Shout out to
Johnny
Murillo.
Murillo.
You know, like the whole Chicano Hollywood movement. We're also gonna put it in our own platform on YouTube, and we'll see what else it comes out with. But at the moment, at least those two. And yeah, man, like going back to the whole process of making, filming, it's an experience, you know, like it's an experience, and like it's not for everybody, but it is for me, you know, and I'm glad that you were part of it, because like, yeah, man, like it's it's a stepping stone, you know, like this is gonna be the first, you know, this is the first of many, you know, like hopefully well, I don't want to say that we're making our own universe, no, but we just want to we want to put these stories out there, you know.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it, man. And
Yeah.
this is something special and exciting. And what you know, as we kind of start, you know, wrapping things up a little bit, what for yourself,
Yeah.
Aggie? What are some of your? Tell us a little bit about maybe your plans, some goals that you have for yourself as a filmmaker.
As a filmmaker, I just want to continue to create, and you know, like hopefully get to that. How can I explain myself? I want to get where I don't have to worry about the financial of it, you know, like hopefully there's already a budget or something, because it's stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Just want to focus on just the directing and writing, you know. That's my main goal. But until that day comes, I'm gonna keep doing it, you know. I just want people to know that, like, hey, these stories come from within, you know, and from our community, and our own personal touch, you know. That's pretty much all I can say. Like, I just want to continue, you know, and we'll see where this takes us. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. And like we mentioned, you wear many hats. Unlock Pictures. Big shout out to everyone at Unlock Pictures. And no, man, the sky's like they say, man. The sky's the limit. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to collaborating and working with you in the future, man. And Michael and everybody out there, everybody else out there, Denzel, and so it's exciting, man.
Yeah,
you know.
No, I appreciate you, man. Like especially like you took a direction, you know, like you were saying, you know, like you had a break out of like what you thought. But I'm glad that you were able to see it at the end how I wanted to portray it, you know. And sometimes I stop myself because like the talent, the actors, sometimes they executed better than what I thought. You know, and that's something that I give kudos to you guys, you know. Like we were talking about if I ever acted before, you know. I'm like, nah, you know, like it's this is all weird to me, you know. I'm behind, you know, but at the same time, I'm like it's a level of respect that I give you guys, you know. Like you guys killing it and doing your thing. It makes these stories come to life.
Definitely, man. It's a level of appreciation for everything, man. I appreciate what you do as a writer, a director, a producer, other actors. You know, even you know, production assistant. It takes it's a collective effort. Bottom line,
it takes a village.
A gaffer, you know,
exactly.
Takes a village, man. And, you know, and it's really. And I've always been fascinated, Augie, with the filmmaking process or the production process, whether it was a song or whether it's again a poem, or was somebody was making a music video. And when I was growing up, going to Universal Studios was like the greatest thing on earth for me, man. It was like Disneyland for me, you know, to see the behind the scenes, to go on and walk on a movie set, man. I mean, that's even to this day, that's just like fascinating. I mean, it's just blows my mind, bro.
Yeah, same here.
You know, visiting a location where they filmed this particular scene in a big movie. Yeah. All that stuff is just, for me, is just fascinating, man. So, but I much respect to all the filmmakers out there, man. And all the artists,
Yeah.
So
And especially, sorry to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
Especially when you see something that, like, let's say a film that resonated with you or that touched you. Like, I just recently went to La Ciudad de Mexico, and I didn't know that they filmed Romeo and Juliet there, and Chapultepec Castle.
Wow.
And they used one of the churches in the city, and we went there, and I'm like, I remember that. And I remember, but I'm like, whoa, like, obviously they don't need that movie for their history, but at the same time, I'm like, it's a part of cinema history too, And yeah, like I totally feel that same way when you see things that inspire you and they give you that special feeling,
Absolutely, man. And speaking of Santa Ana,
yeah,
your hometown.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever knew this. Remember Rain Man, the movie?
No.
With Tom Cruise. It's
in the. You know what? I'll be honest. I don't.
You got to check it out, man.
Yeah. It was filmed here.
It was filmed. The scene where the ending scene where they're at the train station. I don't know if you've been to this train station over there.
Yeah.
That was filmed at that train station.
Oh wow!
I got to go there years back.
Serious.
And I remember thinking, oh yeah, here it is, man. It was a great scene. The ending scene of Rain Man. You guys go check it out. And it's at the train station of Santa Ana. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Your hometown and
it is a beautiful. It's a small train station, but I can see it. I can picture it.
Yeah.
Because it has that old school, like, rustic look.
Exactly.
And I could just see it. But now I'm going to watch it. You got
to see that movie, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it won Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, serious?
And nominated, Dustin Hoffman won the Best Supporting Actor, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But yeah, great movie. But Augie, man, before we go, man, tell us where we can, again, my story will come out. It'll be available on your YouTube channel, Chicano Hollywood. Where can we find you personally, man? And tell us where we can connect with you.
You can find me at Unlock Pictures on Instagram or on YouTube, and on Gmail, Unlock Pictures.
There it is, man. There it is, man. And again, a big shout out to all the cast and crew from Unlock Pictures, Michael Sandoval, for helping us out here.
For sure.
He's behind the scenes right now.
Yeah.
I know he likes to be in front of the camera.
No, he does. Yeah.
But he's always he's a team player, man. He will do, anything we ask, and he's always on board. And so, man, big shout out to everyone involved with the project. Looking forward to my story, man, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, same here, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Look out for the promos and
it's coming. It's coming. And after this interview, we're gonna have the first trailer coming out.
There it is, man.
Yeah,
things are moving.
Things are moving.
Again, man, I want to thank you once again, bro, for having us here, man, and for allowing me to be involved with my story and your project, man.
No, it's an honor, man. It's an honor.
Of course, man. Of course.
Thank you, man.
There it is, man. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Agustin Guzman, writer, director, producer extraordinaire. Stay tuned. Things are coming, and make sure you keep an eye out for my story. Will be available on Chicano Hollywood and YouTube. Okay, for Agustin Guzman, I'm Double A right here on the Profile Pod. We'll see you guys soon, and always remember to take it easy.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Peace. Among our community, every journey is unique yet familiar. In each of our stories, we prove strength and survival.
I'll be back in a few. I'm gonna go pick up and then we'll roll.
Fuck, man, fuck!
One man's passage is echoing through the lives of many. In a world where the past casts long shadows, a man's determination to leave his criminal life behind is tested. He struggles to stay true to his new path, while society only sees his history. In a place where every step forward is a battle, his region won't let him forget. He seeks salvation where no one gives him a chance. This isn't a chapter or a tell. This is life. This is my story.